Hi YouTube, Noah here. I know it's been a little while now since my last video, which my last video was my review on the movie The Many Saints of Newark. And I know I made the promise of trying to do more of these, and I will admit I failed. But I promise I will not forget this time. But for this video, I wanted to do something completely different for you guys. A friend of mine has a YouTube channel on here, and she talks about how dating was hard for her, and I guess I kind of want to open up about my personal relationships that I've had over the years. Well, actually, it hasn't been years, because I've only had 4 girlfriends since I've lived here in Kentucky. But I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the right words to say. But just like before I get into tell you guys about my relationships. If you're new to my channel, feel free to hit that don't hit the thumbs up button. Click on that thumbs up button, and also subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification bell, and then that way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. But that's if you're like me and you love movies, music, videos like this, but you don't have to subscribe to me if you don't want to, but I hope you will. But anyways, my dating life, which I haven't had too many girlfriends, like I have said already. I've only had 4 girlfriends since I've lived here in Kentucky, because when I lived in Michigan for the first 15 years of my life, I didn't really felt like there was anyone out there for me to be in love with and all that. So I always just kept to myself. Like, granted, I had best friends, but I never dated. And besides, I thought I was too young to date and all that. So mostly I kept to myself, and I hung out with my friends every chance I could. And then in 2009, in June of 2009, it will actually be the anniversary of when me and my family moved here next month on the 7th. It will be 13 years, so it'll be 13 years this coming June, well, next month, that we've been here in Kentucky. But besides the point, I just started school down here in Harrodsburg, and of course, the usual. Me and my sister were the new kids in school, and granted, I wasn't as popular, but of course, I dated a girl. Well, I kind of had a crush on a girl my sophomore year of high school, and which, granted, she doesn't really count as a girlfriend because we only dated 1 day. But anyways, so I really gotten to know her some, like just by listening to her, talking to her friends. I found out that she was into Justin Bieber. She was into the Twilight Saga. It's like, oh, cool. Well, I'm kind of into Justin Bieber myself. I love the Twilight films. and it's like, maybe we could be together. And it's like, so I figure I toss my toss my line into the sea, and I'll try to see if I can, well, try to throw my hand in dating, and maybe try and ask a girl out for the first time. And I did. Well, I didn't really ask her out. It was mostly through, um, like, I was kind of like one of those weird kids that they would write out like letters, like actual like letters, and at the bottom of it it'd say, if you like me, check yes. If not, then check no. But she never did say anything about whether she checked yes or no. But apparently she liked it because we did hook up once, but it didn't last long. Like I said, it only lasted one day. But that relationship didn't really count. And pretty much she dumped me over, well, she broke up with me over over a Dear John letter. Like, she wrote me a Dear John letter pretty much saying that I was leaving you, and she didn't really say why, but I know it really broke my heart. And I sat at lunch crying because that girl that I hoped would have gave me time to really involved into being a good boyfriend would have given me that chance. But instead, I was heartbroken. I sat there. I remember it clearly. It was pizza day, and I sat because in the high school's cafeteria they had like a staircase kind of going upstairs and all that. Well, they're kind of like on the middle landing going down on, because there's like the two sets of stairs going upstairs, and then we had like that little main, like the main landing, and then we had like a step going up onto that landing and down to the cafeteria. And I was sitting on the top step, kind of going into the cafeteria and with my lunch, and I was just kind of sitting there crying because the girl that I liked broke my heart, and all that. And then I also remember that they took me into the back office area, into the conference room, and they said, if you're hungry, we have donuts, so if you want a donut, feel free to take one. And it's like, yeah, I'd rather just eat my lunch, but thank you. But and then my junior year of high school, since I've been here in Kentucky, I became friends with a girl, and all that, and I really got to know her, and apparently she was checking me out, like she was hitting on me, and of course, through me, I didn't really know that she was hitting on me, and until one day I was sitting with some friends, with some other people, plus the girl that I was dating, and I was talking about how the last girl broke my heart, and that, right, and then all of a sudden I hear her say, well, I'll be your girlfriend. It's like, wow, that was easy. And then we started dating right off the bat, and we dated up through 2013, and then she cheated on me with a family friend of hers. And well, I moved back north for a year because my grandma on my mom's side of the family was not doing good, and me and my mom felt like we needed to be up there to help her out and all that. So we lived in Michigan from the rest of 2012 through all of 13. Then in 2014 we moved back, and even during that time I was living in Michigan, I still kept in contact with her, and then well, actually, I think, well, she was the first girl I went to prom with, and, and then and then actually, this was before I moved back north to Michigan. Um, there was a trunk or treat thing going on at the church that I was attending at the time, and I got telling her that, well, and she openly admitted that she cheated on me, and at that point, I was like, granted, I forgave her, but a part of me didn't want to let that go. So, true, typical me, like, I thought about it and like I had it planned out, and I did what I planned to do, and in a way it kind of backfired on me because what I hoped that would have happened, like what I did was I didn't want to tell her to her face, so I turned around, I looked away, and I said, I don't think I can be your friend anymore. And then all of a sudden I turned around and I see her kind of like speechless, and then she's like, and then, and then I thought to myself, what did I just do? And then all of a sudden I'm trying to tell her to wait, I didn't mean it, but she was walking away. And then I got back in communication with her back in 2014, in July of 2014. Briefly, but in 2016, we got back in contact again, and then since then I haven't heard from my first girlfriend. And then and then girlfriend number 2, I started dating her, I think a couple years after, like I think a couple of months after I got out of contact with my first girlfriend, and at the time, like of course she was hitting on me, and we fell for each other, and then in the beginning she was all sweet and innocent, and then it turns out that she was quite dramatic. Like in June of 2018, I had lost my grandmother, and about that time I just started dating this new girl, and let's just say, granted, it was kind of my fault, but it was mostly hers. But she was annoying the crap out of me while I was in Michigan trying to say goodbye to my grandmother who had just died. But a part of me, but it was also my fault because I didn't shut my phone off. But then, but every time, like if I left out of town, she was like, "Oh, well then I'm going to just starve myself to death until I'm just going to starve myself until you get home and all that." And it's like, how crazy are you? And then I got tired of her crap. Well, and mostly throughout, and well, granted, she was also the 4th girlfriend, and she was the one that came after that I kind of went back to. Well, me and girlfriend number 2 were kind of on again, off again, and all that. But once I finally got over girlfriend number 2, I went in 2020 during the pandemic. I wasn't really looking, but I was more interested in trying to look for friends and create friendships, and that's what I was trying to do mostly, was make friends, and there was another girl there, and granted she definitely had some problems of her own and all that, and she has some disabilities and all that, and I really got to know her during the whole course of our relationship, and so in 2020, at my Wednesday night church group that I do, one night we were meeting out and there's an empty lot there that's on the corner of James and Office Street, and we were having refuge there. And one night after it ended, I went up to her and I said, "Hey, if you ever just need someone to talk to, um, feel free to text me or call me. Like, I'm always available." And all of a sudden, it was like instantly we were together. Like, we instantly became boyfriend girlfriend right there, and we just started dating and all that. And then a couple weeks later, like, of course, I was in September, I started dating her, and then the third week, well, we started dating around Labor Day. Well, we were still, like, it was kind of like getting around Labor Day and all that. Like, it was late August, early September. Yeah, I was getting, like, it was the Labor Day weekend I first started dating her, and then we hung out a lot during that time, and then some things have happened around here, and then again, she was kind of like girlfriend numbers 2 and 4. She was, well, she was more like girlfriend number 1. She cheated on me, not once, not twice, but I felt like she was being unfaithful to me because shortly after we started dating, she was hanging out with another guy, and that guy was like being clingy to her, and like all like he was like following so close behind her and all that, and then I find out that, well, and then I had just started volunteering at the place where I currently volunteer at. On the third week, as I'm sitting down there doing what I'm currently doing, or I don't remember what I was doing at that time, but I was just kind of sitting there minding my own business, and I was just on Facebook, and then all of a sudden I see where my girlfriend at that time was in a relationship with another guy, and it's like, what the fill in the blank, but that's what I was going through my mind, and then I commented on it. It's like, so does this mean we're no longer together? And then she got telling me that it was a fake, that it was all fake. And it's like, I don't, and then in my mind it's like, well, if it's fake, then why did you let it happen? Then why didn't you delete the post if you didn't want me to see it? I guess. And then that afternoon, I threatened her by saying that I was going to end my life and all that, and then that's what caused me to go into the psych ward in Danville. I spent 5 days in there, and granted, shortly after I got out, I got messaging her again and got talking, and it's like, and I should have waited a couple of days, or it's like, I should have done what my mom told me to do, but instead I didn't listen. I automatically just started talking to her again, letting her know that I was home and all that, but that was mostly on Snapchat. But then fast forward into our relationship, we were kind of like, as usual, we were kind of on again, off again, and all that, but she pretty much caused a lot of trouble for me. Like, she kind of made me and my mom go head to head. Like me and my mom had fights over her, like what I thought I was doing was the right thing, but really it was the wrong thing. And then as I continued to date her, things just kind of went downhill from there. And like, pretty much all I was trying to do was protect her from her family, because I do believe her family was abusing her by hitting her, and like hitting her to where she was getting all bruised up. and all that. But fast forward to July of last year, well, we started talking again, because we were kind of semi getting back together. Well, we were kind of still together around that time, but we weren't talking. And I was like, I had just gotten the news that my father had passed, and she was there that night, and after I got done doing my Wednesday night song list for my Wednesday night group, I went and sat down, and I lost it, and I hear her yelling, saying, "He's crying! Someone grab a paper towel!" Like, she was being real comforting to me, because I told everyone, because she heard, like everyone else, heard that I had lost my father, and she was being real comforted by Dad, and she messaged me on Instagram saying, "I'm praying for you and your family. Pretty much I'm sorry for your loss," and it's like, thank you, and then fast forward from May and June to July, I have family in from Georgia, and all of a sudden, here comes a cop coming up to my door, and it's someone that knows me and my mom, because he goes to church with us. The cop that brought me my summons. So I was being summoned to go to court, and which it'll be a year this July that I got and served my restraining order. Like, long story short, she made me out to be a monster in court, but luckily I had the evidence to prove my innocence on my phone that I'm using to make this video with for you guys. And but yeah, she pretty much did me dirty, but now I'm happy to be out of that relationship, because she pretty much used me. She took advantage of me, and pretty much, I did do some online dating, which I tried, but mostly it was most likely scammers or people taking advantage of me, and a lot of it was, and some of it, it's a long story, and I don't remember half of it, but mostly it was mostly scammers and people wanting me to send them money and all that, and it's like, no, I'm not doing that. And then, like I said, I went back to my second girlfriend, which was technically girlfriend number 4, was girlfriend number 2. So I went back to her, because she kept, like she just kept messaging me, and it was kind of really annoying me by just wanting, like, just constantly messaging me saying, "Can we please get back together?" And it's like, no, not like what after you did to me the last time we dated. I'm not doing it. And then once I finally had enough, it's like, just so you can shut up, I'll date you just so you can shut your mouth. You can quit asking if we can get back together. I don't mean that to be mean, but she was just quite being persistent. And I was getting annoyed. And I normally don't get annoyed, but she was definitely annoying me with constantly texting me and asking me if we can get back together, and it's like, okay. And I was at that point where it's like, okay, fine. So we got back together, and then pretty much she was doing the same crap to me like she did the last time we dated. She was being unfaithful. I do believe that she was texting other guys when we were together and all that, and then And then after that, I got tired of her crap, and it's like, I've had it. I've actually told her I'm leaving you. And literally my last words to her was goodbye. And I blocked her on everything. So now she can't text me, message me on Facebook, and all that. But now so yeah, I haven't really dated much, but I did have crushes, which in 2019 I actually had dinner with my high school crush, and then but literally whenever I open up to myself to people that I've had crushes on and that I hope to have had relationships with them, I've always gotten the friend zone. And to me, it hurts. Like, granted, I know I'm not part of the cool kids, or I'm not cool, I'm not hip. I'm just me. Like, I'm proud of who I am, and I'm proud of what I'm currently doing. Like, I'm getting out of my house more. I'm attending a day program, and I'm getting ready to start going an extra day and all that. And I'm trying to make the right choices for me in my life and all that. But pretty much this whole thing is something completely different that I wanted to share with you guys, because I felt like no one has ever heard my dating stories, and I felt like, why not share with all of you, my subscribers here on YouTube. And yeah, if you guys have ever felt the same way like I have, like, before I conclude this, I wanted to mention too, like I just thought of this, but pretty much the last 2 years of high school for me was kind of hard. Like, granted, I was all alone. I had no one there. And pretty much I mostly kept to myself. And I hid my emotions, which to me, it was granted, I felt like it was the right thing for me to do, because personally, I didn't want anyone to know that emotionally I was hurting. I was feeling lonely, and I didn't want anyone to see me upset and depressed. And I hid all of that behind a smile and saying it's okay, like I'm okay, I'm fine, and all that. But then, even my senior year of high school, I will admit it wasn't the best senior year, because there were some things that have happened to me senior year that I will never forget, but it's in the past now. But mostly throughout that, I was pretty much lonely. I've sat by myself I was always sitting by myself at lunch, and I would look around hoping that someone would see me sitting there by myself. Nope. It was just me, myself, and I. And the noise of all the other kids talking with their friends and making plans for the weekend and talking about their lives. And I was just sitting there minding my own business and hoping and waiting for the time for the bell to ring to go back to class and all that. And then it's like, and it just kept going and going until senior year. Well, all senior year until graduation and all that. And then I was told by family that when my name was called at graduation, I got into standing ovation. And I thought to myself, why am I getting this standing ovation? Like, I didn't really feel like I did anything. Like, did I impact someone? Like, then I realize now that they were saying congratulations, you did it. But to me personally, I thought I don't really deserve it. Like, I don't really deserve the standing ovation, but I took it anyways. Because I know that they were saying, good job, you did it. Even though that most of it I spent all senior year by myself. With no one by my side. Besides me and the good Lord. But yeah. But I haven't dated much, and as you guys can tell, but I just wanted to get on here for a few minutes and kind of share this video with you guys. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, leave a comment down below saying, tell me your guys' stories. I love reading the comments and all that, and I'm willing to respond to you all. But like I said in the beginning of this video, if you want to see more videos like this, or see any more videos like movie reviews, movie pickups, anything else I've done, or story related videos about songs I've written, leave a comment down below. And I hope to hear from you guys soon. You take care. Bye.